at 10:35. We're rolling. Okay, so Ola, this is Buddha Bev over here, the host of the Maverick Show, and this is the very last episode for season 2. Yabonba, we look different, we're in a different space. Kasabuya Upper, we are live from APA Yard. Looks different right now. I on the show there, and Nigati date like you. This looks like a date actually.
We're on a date.
Yeah. Treat it like that. So Ndipete Anathi Seyisi. She's a legend. Akazuyivuma lona because she do I make you feel old considering legend?
Awkward. Legend. Zaibo.
You got 10 plus years in the game.
Yes.
So yeah.
But a legend.
Yeah, a legend.
Yo.
You were a child star. From ETV, you've worked at Y, you've worked at 947, now you're back at Algoa country. But we'll get into all of that. Yes. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Do people know that you contacted me the second it was announced I'm coming to Algoa country? You said you have to come.
Yes.
And now I'm here.
Now you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always tapped in. Obviously, we always looking out. But uba no yapi, uba ni OP and all of that stuff. So obviously, like I had my ear on the ground. And to start with, I used to listen to your show because obviously why? Because remember, Eastern Cape we don't have Y, and the
Yes.
stream and the app wasn't huge at the time when I was growing up. The only time that we got isn't those I say Y was like YouTube, Sis and Scoop.
Yes.
Some people had tapes because I was like
Dine
a huge
Waranaka, more
Dine Waranaka, more
flavor.
flavor,
Yeah, yeah.
that era.
Yes.
But mostly when Season Scoop, the freestyles and some of the interviews with Double Quest, like I used to consume a lot of that. So when I got to Joburg, I was listening to like Y religiously because I felt like as a youthful guy I wanted to get into radio, it's the spot. So I used to listen to you quite a lot. Sam no Zendi, because I
Yes.
felt like they had my space.
Zandi's a legend.
Zandi's a
Ungandifake
legend.
kwi-age kaZandi mna.
But anyway, I was shocked because we'll come back into the
Yes,
Y story.
yes.
I was shocked, but Ongwena se Gauteng was a nice
No, Naisna. Damge Naisna at the age of straight after matric.
straight off.
I left Naisna and I said, I'm not sure what I want to do with my life, but I know let's go see something. Let's go see the world. I didn't even know I'm going to get into radio or television. I just knew, but I'm bored. I want to see the world. That's all I knew. Yeah.
So did you do the Brenda style kwela kwi taxi ungenayo imali eshotayo uzolalema ipopo in like how was the story? Because obviously kule age group yethu it's always school.
Yes,
indlela yohamba.
100%. Yeah, I applied everywhere, hey? One of the places I applied to and I got accepted to was Rhodes. Daifihla ileta.
That's the roads.
Yeah, acceptance letter. Because the first one was I had to write something, and then my dad kept asking, but have they said anything? That's no, they haven't said anything. And then I got another letter from UJ as well as Viz. These are the only letters I have, you guys. I'm not sure. If I'm to be educated, what must I do? And then that's how I moved. And then I went to Joburg, and the plan was Viz at the time. Went to Joburg, and one thing led to another, and here I am.
Wait, how is this? Did you get to Verts and
I got to Wits, and the point was to study law. And then I did not like it, not one bit. And then there's a lady by the name of Dineo Lusenga. She used to do radio at 5FM at the time. And now she's a producer actually at Metro. She produces the lunchtime show, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure.
And Dineo, at the time, I was also doing an online magazine situation because I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself. And I got offered the job. That's why not? I took Dineo. I was clearly saw since interview. I took Dineo. Have you ever thought of radio? She added that radio spark in my head.
Yeah.
That's why? And you remember with radio, if you don't know radio, you think back, you guys are in a very small little room, you're speaking like this. I didn't know it's a whole big thing and people get paid for it. So I said, I'm not really. And she said, go to YFM. There's a guy I know. I'll give you his contacts, the manager there, and let's see. And then I didn't get in, right? The manager told me at the time, but I don't have plans for you right now. I don't have anything. And Shem, to be fair, it was June. So he wouldn't have plans for you. And that's when another very close friend of mine, Gia, said there's a community radio station. I'm 19 at this time. There's a community radio station called Deep Sloot FM. They've got places open, so come try. Ndaya, I did weekend breakfast, co-hosting. Never done radio before. I think a month after that, the weekday breakfast guy left. And they said to me, we don't have people. I know you don't have experience. Just go. Whatever you do on the weekend breakfast, go do it there Monday to Friday. Did that, and that's when YFM found me.
So this is a year later into doing the show at Deep Salute, or
3 months.
3 months.
3 months.
You're the God too. Because in like a journey rate or a trick, because some people it takes 10 years, for some people it takes 3 years.
Yes.
So, but now shout out. It's weird that YFM never took you in. You were students as of it.
I still know the manager. Of
Like,
YFM.
let's call him out.
Shame, no, man.
Because I'm a VOW alumni as well, so that's hope.
I'll tell you some other time.
Off cameras.
Off cameras, I'll
Yeah,
tell you.
but it's fine. Anyways, so you get a call from Y. Who's the manager at the time?
The manager at the time is a man that I still consider my radio mentor till this day. Every move I make, I speak to him. We call him Mr. T, but Dumelo Diamunaheng, he was the manager at the time. And till this day, I still ask Dumelo, why would you take such a risky risk? Like, we said, I don't know why. But yeah, he was my manager at the time. I remember he invited me and he said, come for a meeting. He didn't say it's an interview. He didn't say I'm offering you a job. He said, come for a chat. Got onto a taxi, went onto Hyde Park, and I remember when I first entered YFM, they have these things, I don't know if they still have them, they still have these things called banners. So it's these big pictures of the presenters. You only get those when you get a show. So when you're training, when you're new, you don't get them. But once you get your show,
Bona
and
ngalawi.
I remember entering, and there was a show on air. And at the time, I think, who was on air now? I think it was Mansway and Uncle Tap. It was the lunchtime show. Walked in and I saw all of that, and I saw the newsroom, and I was like, whoa, this is the real radio. Like, this is where it really happens. And then Dumela and I had a chat for hours. Spoke about life, spoke about love life, spoke about party life, spoke about being 19 in Joburg, spoke about my interests. Kanti, that was my interview. By the end of those couple of hours, it was a Friday. End of those couple of hours, he said to me, so how long do I have to give you a contract so that you can leave where you are right now? And then can you start here next weekend to start training slots? That's, are you paying me? And he said, yes, you'll get paid. But can you start next weekend? That's how it started.
Yo, that's a fire story. How much do you earn?
At the time? I don't remember. I think I blocked that out. You're paid per show. So there was a slot called, I don't know if it's still called that. I think it was called Ground Zero. It was a training slot. Saturday and Sundays, 3 to 6 a.m.
Okay.
And it was people who didn't have shows. So they were trying to kind of test you out to see by next April, you show you if you or not. So they put a couple of presenters together from varsity, from community. The best one will win at the end.
Who were you competing with?
Let's just say at the time, Oi1 fell pregnant out of the game.
One out. Yes. Yeah.
Oi1 got really intoxicated, like really drunk in Sebenzin, and fell asleep during the show. Please understand, we're all kids at this point.
Shout outs to alcohol. Yeah.
I not shout out. So, umntana abantu Shem fell asleep, and I think it was a Saturday. So show yabane dead air yonke, but come through on
biggest
Sunday.
flop, yeah.
Biggest flop. Again, we're also young. We're all like 18, 19. I think the oldest was 21. And Joburg life when you're young. Yo.
Take.
Gapa AKS performing. Gaba's nasty C. Now I'm sure at work at 3. Guys, you. Another one, I think Sapta was also in the same year as me, and then Sapta got a show. Ayanda MVP got a show. Extreme got a show. These are the people I started with. And then I was left alone. But he just take the show. And then from there, I moved on. But you asked how much I made. Per show, I can't remember. But it wasn't a lot of money.
I don't.
Serious, I don't remember.
Letting a sound, but it's fine. We're not trying to pocket watch. So, when you landed Ground Zero at the time.
Yes.
And then, how long does it take for you to move Kwesi Slot when you did the night?
I started in September. They hired me in September. I did that for a couple of months. And then my first show, which was called On the Edge, was 12 to 3 a.m., Monday to Friday. That happened the following radio year, so that April. The following April.
The following April.
Yeah, so it's September to April.
I know your radio career, the radio guys, they already had you because obviously abanye abantu, it takes a bit of time because with special good training because people do the community route for years and then they do like ebusuku, what do they call it, graveyard for a couple of years, then they move into that. I think why is such a like also because obviously there's the founding members of Y, the legends, the fresh Chili M's, and then obviously after that there's the wave your spin into the Warriors, the Mac G's and the whatnots. But I also feel like your era was also quite cool. Because obviously then the Sabbies, Ankle Taps, you, Kuto and all of that crowd. I was like, yo, this is a star started. And I think to tell you a quick story, I think I've said this before on the pod even with 2020. Remember they had the Y Academy. I think
Yes.
Wendy Nyoni at the time used to run it. I think no project.
Yes.
I applied for it. I came through. We did the interviews. Plus, some was COVID because I already thought because we made it on the second round. So I was like being around there. I think with the crew also was around, but so I was like, man, I would really love to be at Y because I remember they had their first interviews at Hyde Park, and then they say had the second ones, and then. Is it we're closing for a couple of days. Next thing you know, we never got any response after that. But anyways, we say why. Does the ETV gig happen while you're at Y?
Yes.
Or yes, let's talk about that. How does that work?
Yes. Oh, the ETV gig. You know what? I won't lie. I was very blessed. When I think back, I'm like, everything aligned the way it was supposed to align. So at the time, I'm doing 3 to 6 a.m., Monday to Friday. It was called Wake Up with Anathi. And that 3 to 6 a.m. slot is very tough. It's very, very tough. Every single day it's the perfect training for anyone. So I remember I lost my phone. Don't ask me how.
So clearly, so it's fine.
Sorry. I lost my phone. I'm doing 3 to 6 a.m. So I arrive in 17, 6 a.m. I'm gone. You can't find me the whole day. You can't reach me the whole day because I don't have a phone, right? So I'm checking my internet when I get to work. And then on a random Friday, one of my colleagues, I'm there for a meeting during the day. One of my colleagues comes through and says, my friend has been trying to get hold of you. She's a producer for Crazy. Uchi, you won't answer your phone is off. I'm like, Uchi, she's been listening to you for a while, and she's a producer. In my head, I'm thinking, did I just miss it out because I lost the phone? And then I gave them an alternative number. They called me that same afternoon, and they actually invited me to go for auditions for presenter search. So that's how it started. There was the Crazy World Live presenter search for Crazy. I went, and I remember thinking, you guys were finding me so much, headhunting me for a presenter search, and then what if I lose it? What if I lose? No, a presenter search as a whole is just scary. You want me to go through this whole process? What if I lose this whole thing? Dayenza, I came second. I didn't win it.
You were runner-up at the time.
Who won at the time? Shaz Lehepi.
Shaz Lehepi,
yes, because she won for Shiz Live, I think. And then, who else now? Yeah, I think it was us, if I'm not mistaken. And then, yes, so this was for Shiz Live, actually, the presenter search. And then afterwards, they said, actually, we have a slot for you. Because I didn't win. I went home, I was sad. They said, we actually do have a slot for you for Crazy World Live. And you actually start this weekend, and we're sending you to Swaziland to go do inserts. Do you have a passport?
On a passport, like Clash?
Hell no, I did not have a passport. That's to go, but I do have a passport. I have one. When do I start? But you go to Swaziland next week. That's okay. And then they announced me as runner-up. They said we have a slot for you to join the team. That same day, I went straight to Home Affairs. Home Affairs Randburg. I stood in a line. I said I need an emergency passport. Do you do those? And yeah, I got my passport, I think, Luckily, I got it like 5 days later, just before I had to
Just
go.
before you took off.
After they did all the bookings, everything. Imagine if I didn't get it.
Was about to ghosting, but must trust in the Lord, yes.
So that's what happened. And I do say a shout out to YFM because of that, because they listened and they were looking for young people and they said, let's listen to YFM and see what we can find. And that's how it happened.
Yo,
That opened other doors to the acting as well. Because even the acting was because of the commissioning editor said to me while I was on Crazy Bar, we're actually looking for young actors. Would you act? And this was the same commissioning editor for Crazy World Live. And then said, I've got a show on ETV, come audition. And that's how I got that.
So all of this is happening. This is before 21. You're getting all these gigs.
21, 22.
21, 22.
Yeah.
And the Mali is ngapa na ngapa. Like, also, because obviously you recognize now, how's your outlook on life at that point? Because obviously now you're sort of like famous in comparison to Abantu Bangak. You're like a child star. You're getting a bit of money. Are you moving rowdy, or are you disciplining yourself to say, look, I'm here to work. This is what I'm doing. Like, what's your life like at 21, 22 when you like at Y and Crazy as well?
I always say the outlook of life in a big city is so much more fun and so nice when you come from a small town. Because everything is new. I would tell everything was new. Every performance was new. An AKA performance was, whoa, DJ Kent, haibo. Like everything was, I appreciated everything so much. And everything was, I was looking at it from a point of view, but I've never seen this before. So I wasn't trying to act like I've been here before. So YFM was new for me. The presenters I got to work with, that was major. I was also a fan. Nam, I thought the people I work with are legends and they're amazing. We used to call DJ Zandy Lord Zandy, and I thought that's amazing. He's amazing. He's one of the best hip hop DJs in the country, and I get to work with you. People I saw on TV. And also another thing is, as much as life was amazing, it can be amazing. Being from a small town, or sometimes, or certain things. There are things I don't overindulge in. There are things I was scared to try because I'm like, yo, what will my mom say? What will my friends say from Neisner? So it was from fresh eyes every time. And I loved every moment. Everything was new.
Everything was new.
Yeah.
You know, like Muteta Lendo, there's a certain moral compass that's engraved in you when you come from a small town. I remember Q, I've never told this story before. 21st birthday, it's June. Me, my best friend is born in 20. My other friend was along at 15, Brandon. So we're like, let's go wild, right?
June 15.
No, not June 15. My friend is born on the 15th. Or get 20 and then get 26. So get 26, it's time for us to go and party. Obviously, then I think best us to be 21. Finally, we can sing in the kitchen house because we best pambi sako.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm singing in the kitchen house. My other friend was like, guys, let's try acid, whatever. Come on, it's the big 21. We did that. I think, obviously, Ngela Klesha, I'm experimental. I think it's in those Sun Okala because a friend of ours, because of someone suggested, let's go to a strip club. We're like 21. Yeah. Turns out this guy is sending us to the Uber driver. We're looking for, I forgot it was Royal or whatever. We're going to a strip club. This guy asked us a strip club. I was strip club. I don't know what that place is. It's like, no, I know a place in town. Damn, we're like, okay, cool, let's go.
Are you not scared at this point? Have you never heard stories of Joburg at down when are you like, I want to try?
We want to try. We've already put our money on this and said it's not 21 guys. We're experiencing all these. Yeah, this guy was this side, to Uber driver. I know a spot in town. Looking around, we see, but I'm not too sure if this is the one. We check the cheeky tiger. We're like, hey, cool, let's walk in. We walk in there. The entrance, they make us pay 5 rand. We look at each other, it's like, what place is this? Yeah, $5, bruh. And we called him Nyumjita, was like, cool, man, mashita being able to telling at the cheese boy. Hey, cheese boy. Hey, we walk in.
Oh, it's a bank.
Yeah, when we walk in, dog, it's technically like a whole house. Excuse my French. It does figure pa. My moral compass just clicked. I'm like, I just had my mom's voice. But like I literally started to shift. I'm like, okay, cool. This is hectic. I felt uncomfortable throughout, even though my friends we obviously indulged in that thing because of it was the plan. So Lenui Teta Banyan, there's certain things, even if noba let's go out. There's a moral compass that you carry. You're like,
And I think it's just how you're raised, yes. Because there are people from small towns that
they go out.
they know how to switch it off and then forget it and leave
but
it in a
man,
corner
come back
and come back when they want to. It's how you're raised. It's you as a person as well, man. And also just remembering that at the end of the day, it's work. At the end of the day, the reason you're able to pay your bills, it comes down to it being work. And it just comes with extra things. It comes with the free, the free concerts, the free parties, the free the people you get to
Proximity
meet.
to celebrities. One.
All these cool things, but at the end of the day, foundation is it's work, eh? You need to show up to work and you need to do your job.
Look, I was since the research is all, and I'm like, I saw a clip of you, Lumko, and I was like, I'm trying to figure out like how was your relationship because you guys were best friends or why a producer yakho?
Lumko Johnson.
Yes.
We
Who's also a child star, by the way. Like, I
Yes.
used to hate you guys. I'm like, your TV, crazy, canning bees. Especially Shizness. I always felt like I deserved a spot in Shizness. But anyway, it's a story for
Kavala.
another day.
Lumko and I were friends before we worked together. So you actually saying child stars or whatever. Like we met through a group of us that were friends. And I met him through friends of mine that were presenters at YTV. And at that time, he was producing YTV. And then we became friends for a couple of years. And then when I got the 7 to 10 p.m. show, Anathi's Nights, before I got the show, Dumelo reached out to me and said, I'm giving you the show. I trust you enough to find a producer. So if you need help to find a producer, I know people on campus. I've got names, but you've got first bases in choosing someone. At this point, I'd been friends with Lumko for a while, and I know his brain, his creative brain. I know how he thinks. I know the ideas we've had about radio.
Been in a vet.
No, like I said, I worked, we had mutual friends.
Okay, mutual friends.
So I had friends from UTV, and he was producing UTV at the time.
Oh, okay.
So that's how we all met. So we'd hang out all the time. So
Child
that's how...
stars. The cool kids in the back of the bus. Yeah.
So that's how we got to know each other.
Sure.
And then he also worked at Vow. For years, he did radio. So when I could get the opportunity to find a producer, I reached out to him and I said, tell me the ideas that you have. Can you go speak to my boss? And let's see how this goes. And that's how I became a producer.
That's fire. So he entered to why it was through producing for you.
For my show, yeah.
No, that's fire. That's fire. Speaking about Lendoga Shizness, because Usamke, right? Because when I was at Val, I was like, maybe Angabu Shizness Ngomandi son is a ku Rashida. There was a feature I had where he used to come into
He used
my
to
show.
produce me, yeah.
He used to produce you as well.
On shows, yeah.
So I was like, you know what? After some time I saw, I'm like, that chapter is closed.
Yeah.
There's no way they're gonna open that up. But what a time, man! And I think you guys existed just before TV died. And I'm saying that very loose because TV is not dead, but like, you get what I'm saying? The prime,
The youth TV shows.
the youth TV
Yeah.
shows. Not even by youth, even prime time TV is not the same anymore. Maybe Top Billing will be, that show that sort of brings us back into watching TV again. But if you think about it, no one is really tuning in to MTV Base and all of these. Even though I would love it to have a job there,
Then so, hey, what if your producer's watching? Yeah.
the producers watching, please give me a ring. Say so post late, but you know what I'm saying. So anyways, that yeah, you guys existed in a very dope area. Oko crazy, you at Y. You do how many years at Y?
7 years.
7 years straight.
Yeah. 7 years straight.
You had a good run.
I did.
You had a good run.
I did. And I always say with Y, actually not just Y, my trajectory in radio, when I think about it, it shocks me. Just about how the timing has always been perfect. It moves with my age. I started Y and I did Y up to a point where I felt like I was no longer relating to a lot anymore. Where things were just a bit loud now. Like, hey, I wasn't understanding anymore. I was, some things I felt like I was getting too old for. And then I joined another station where I was like, okay, I'm a young adult now. Like, certain issues are starting to come up now. I can start relating to those. So the run was great and it ran its course and it was okay.
Cool. You join another station, you get a call from 947, I'm assuming. What do you get there and do?
I joined 947 as a stand-in presenter and digital ground as well. And yeah, that happened until recently.
Like, how many years did you push there at 947?
It was going to be 5 years. So it was 4.5.
4.5. Okay. Ufonelwe nguTumelo most before he had left, because I'm trying to.
Yes.
And also, you know why I'm putting emphasis on that. Also, it's a thing of. And I'm not trying to downplay Italende Zabantu. I think we've heard this on the first. Do you know Simo?
Yes.
Simo.
We worked together.
You worked together. He was our very first guy to interview her. We had a chat about like this. Radio is synonymous to football. So if a coach moves to Europe, abantu abacingayo ucinga abantu waye ku-training ground naye. So in terms of revamping the style of play for the team and who's a better number 9 or a number 10, they're always going to reference back to who they've worked with before.
Well, I will try harder. But you can count on me and I'm dependable. So when you speak about football, I'm the striker that will show up and I will score the goal.
Yeah.
Okay, I will score that goal for you. I'll win us that.
Ronaldo,
we will win that cup at the end of the season, okay?
Yeah.
And managers remember that. And this is not just in radio. This is everywhere where you work. If you're that person, they will make sure that they keep hiring you and they want you on board. And I think if you are that person, you always get hired, and it is what it is.
I think this is the first time we dated in a time, because Q showing me time right now. It's like, yes.
Oh, is it over?
No, it's not over yet. We still have a couple of minutes to run. So 947 happens. You stay there quite for some time. When do you get a call? As in using this as kabata because of time. I think we'll maybe have like a part 2 going into the next season. So just so we can cover ground. You get a call from 947. No, from Algoa country. Who calls you? When is this happening? And what makes you decide, ela man kendiambe and go to like a small city?
So my dream was always to land up on the coast, making radio on the coast. My dream was from the beginning. And again, I had these chats with my, the guy I consider my radio mentor, long time ago when I started, that for me, the dream was to be so good on the big regional stations or the big stations in Joburg or in Gauteng as a whole. So good that one day I get a call to go to the coast and I get to live a beautiful, intentional, quieter life. Settle down, have my husband, have my children, and still get to go do radio every day, and impactful radio as well. And I always thought it'd be a bit later on, I won't lie. I thought maybe when I'm close to 40, I would do that, you know. End of 2025,
Sure.
November, December, I started having that feeling of Joburg, I'm not enjoying it anymore. That I'm outgrowing it. At this point, I'd lived there for a while, hey? And I just felt like I've made all my dreams come true. I've done things I didn't expect to do. I've done the acting. And I was also tired of the chase. In Joburg, you don't stop chasing. In Joburg, competition doesn't stop. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I didn't want it anymore. And I actually, so this is December. I started having this feeling. And I just felt like I'm working too hard as well. My 2 grandmothers passed away end of last year. I couldn't go to the funeral, to one of the funerals, because you don't work, you don't get paid. December, if I leave, I won't have January money. Ngapa, you're working hard to hopefully ensure your contract for the next year. So me not showing up for work, am I going to get a contract? Like, I'm worried about all these
You're
things.
worried about all these sorts of
and
things.
Joburg pool is, you know that you're not always safe. And those feelings, which are personal for me, started contributing to me saying, I think I want something else, hey? And I also want to be closer to home. I'm now 2 hours away from my family. Now they can shop whenever. I can shop whenever. I can shop for things now and still make my money and still go to work every day. January comes along, I get a call from a national radio station. Look at you smiling because you're hearing it for the first time. I've never told anyone. I start a conversation with a certain station, and that could not continue because it just wasn't making sense.
This is after you've already made your mind in terms of you were tired of Joburg, you are
Yes.
tired of the chase.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
I just didn't know what the plan was. And also remember with radio, decisions are made long before. People are already thinking around November, December what they want. So I'm thinking it's too late to try anything anyway. So you might as well be happy, you know. January, I get this call and it didn't materialize into anything because it just wasn't making sense, right? At the time. So me and that manager agree, but we'll talk some other time. That was the end of that conversation. February, I open my emails. I was in Durban at the time. I was that sad about Joburg. Joburg was just miserable for me at the time. I go to Durban just to see some sun and just to see different places.
Just to be on the coast, yeah.
And being on the coast in Durban actually convinced me that I want to live on the coast again. Convinced me I want to find a way to live on the coast. So it was always going to be either Durban, Cape Town, or the side. Always. It was always Algoa country was on the list. I just didn't know how it's going to happen.
But I'm trying to think though, in okay, they have East Coast in Durban. That's the only option because Kakasi, they don't speak a bit of Zulu. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know. So February I'm in Durban. I'm in the sun. I'm thinking, what's next in my life? Because I actually want to move. And I have to be intentional about this next year. And then I get the email from Algoa and I was like, At the time, the email was just this chat. There wasn't an offer on the table. I didn't know what they're calling me for. I didn't know if it was worth me relocating my whole life and packing everything up. And then once we had chats over time, my PM, a few weeks passed, and I was like, okay, this is definitely what I'm doing.
And then you pack your bags from Joburg, you're like, P is the life.
That's it, P is the life. Never thought I would say it, but I was like, okay, P is the life. I get to make radio 6 days a week. I get to go to my first love, which is nighttime radio. I love nighttime radio so much. I get to do my second love, which is lunch on Saturdays. I get to be close to my family. I just get to start a whole new life. And that thing I said earlier on about always wanting to end up on the coast is here. I get to create a new life. So it's exciting for me.
That's fire. And then you'll come back for more because of us. I'm of some of the stuff because obviously because of time. But again, second date. Yeah, it's on.
You know when you do a first date, ne? And then you must go think about the second date. And then you must go say tick, 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 or fail.
If it's cha. You must decide now, you know, so that, you know, we are ready for it. But anyways, it's very
shame,
lovely.
second date is on. Don't worry, second date
is on.
Shame,
okay, cool.
shame. Mandungzame.
It was shame, Q. It was shame. Because obviously we'll so figured up you're enjoying P, right?
I am. I'm very shocked about how big it is. There's so much to do. And shame, yes, when people say it's the friendly city, they're not lying. People are very friendly. The weather in a mood swings. But we can work with that. But no, I'm loving it so far.
You're loving it so far. Okay, that's how we wrap up. Siglindele ke sizawuvula ngawo xa siqala iland. And I think as far as this season is concerned, man, this is the most balanced season we've had in terms of full land. Thank you so much because we've had how many girlies? 5. So we have like 5. So it's quite an intense one. So we're really grateful for you and also welcome to Epai. Yabona Somnandi, living 2 hours away from home, new boyfriend, new scenery.
Everything
close
is
this
interview. Hi. Where did you hear new boyfriend?
But that's how you wrap up Anathi Seyisi.
I'm not coming to the second date. Hey, listen.
Okay.
This date you.
Okay, cool. Where can people listen to your show? You like 7 to 10, right?
Monday to Friday, 7 to 10 p.m. And then Saturday, 12 to 3 p.m. on Algoa FM.
Okay, no. Fire stuff. Listen to Anathi Seyisi, quite a like enjoyable one. I'm yet to listen because
You haven't listened to me yet.
So I'll come back for it. I'll listen to you.
This date is not going well, hey? The first date. Wow.
This is Buddha Mav, and this is how we wrap up season 2. Sip here, yacht, and this is the Maverick Show. Shout outs to Q, shout outs to Menes, shout outs to Anathi Seyisi, shout outs to Legs, shout outs to Upra Paul, also Esquerin for plugging us. Shout outs to Batabile, and shout outs to everybody.
Shout out to you.
Yeah,
Shout out to your viewers and subscribers.
But anyway, that's how we wrap up. Oh. Nah. That's fine.